In this video, I'll break down my exact 4-step process so I help my client went from having chronic low back problem, feeling like 60 years old, to go back to hiking, walking, lifting, running, even playing competitive sport again, while training around, I would say 20 minutes per day at home. No fancy drill, no time-consuming drive from home to clinics, no countless stretching, just 35 exercises that target your specific problem so you can move better, walk better, sleep better, and eventually live better. Now, if you're willing to invest your own health, don't want to get stuck in this quote-unquote 60 years old body anymore, then this is going to be a perfect video for you. But if you're just looking for some quick fix, some temporary relief, some band-aid solutions, I'm afraid I can't really help. You need to set your expectation right first. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in this, yeah, I probably can get out of this quick loop, and you're probably never gonna get out of it. Alright, a little background story on my end. I was born with low back problem because of my genetic. I've tried basically everything: chiropractics, stretching, physiotherapy, massage therapy, acupuncture, core training, psoas training, basically everything. It just demoralizing, depressing, because when I wake up every morning, all I can think of was my back hurt. It just set the tone for my day to run my entire day. Now fast forward to today, after 15 years of chronic low back pain, now I can do whatever I want, whenever I wanted to. I don't have to think if my low back can take it when I actually hit the gym. I don't have to think about my low back when I plan my trips. I don't have to think about it when I go fishing or go playing basketball. Now, I was able to repeat the same process with my 200 plus client. Of course, plus the help with my mentors, with my graduate research study, and my lab experience to fine-tune an entire process throughout the years. Right now, I can get my client 50% improvement in range of motion in the first 2 weeks. So about 14 days from now. Now, I helped Josh get out of his herniation using the same exact methods. Now he's back to his normal walking routine with his wife. It's also helped Chad get out of his sciatica in the first time in 20 years. And it's all done within the first 10 weeks. And I just got this from one of my newest clients the first days in. He worked in tech, and the end goal for him is to go back to play competitive basketball again. Now you can pause the videos and read it through. You'll probably think, well, Alvin, this sounds like a little bit crazy. This sounds like too big to be true. How does Alvin actually help all those people get rid of the chronic low back problem, right? How does Alvin get 50% improvement in just 2 weeks? How does Alvin get them back to play sport again? Well, yeah, you're right. It does sound pretty crazy. Now, when I work with my chiro, when I work with my physio to train my core muscles, to train my psoas muscle for almost 10 years, I never thought this was possible, but here I am, right? Now let me show you how we did it. So step number 1 is called the full body assessment. Not just low back assessment, not just hip assessment, but full body assessment. Now you might wonder, why would I need to assess my full body, right? Is it really necessary? The answer is yes. And that's the exact reason why your low back problem will always come back, because other part of your body drag you down again. Maybe you have a really tight shoulder, maybe you have a really tight neck, maybe you have flat feet, maybe you have bad ankle, maybe your knee or hip are out of alignment, but initially you won't show up there. You will show up around your low back. When your low back got hurt, you just stop moving. Doesn't mean those problems are gone, just your low back hurt the most. So think about it. If you have a really tight shoulder and really tight neck, you can't really swing your arm or rotate your upper body when walking. Does it gonna affect your low back? Probably yes, right? What about your ankle? What about your knee? If you have a really bad ankle or your knee are out of alignment, well, they're gonna affect your low back. Of course, right? What about your hip? If you can't really walk well, but you have to push your body moving forward, well, they're gonna affect your low back. You tell me, right? So when you stretch your low back, when you let your chiro to crack your low back, when you take the injections, does it temporarily fix your low back? Yes. But what about other part of your body that may potentially cause your low back to hurt in the first place? Now, if you don't fix them all, what's the consequences, right? Your low back problem will come back sooner than you think. And I think probably you experience that on your own, right? And by the next time you got hurt again, you will be way worse than the first time. So why would you treat your low back in isolation? Why don't you just, clear everything out together throughout the body, so when it's done, it's done. The pain doesn't just go away, stay away, right? I hope this clicks something in your mind here. Look, it's not your fault or their fault. You were told to take this path, and all those professionals were trained to treat you this way. This is just how modern, medical system work. I am one of them. I just take a lot of steps further so I can actually fix myself. But what people don't understand is their approach is going to create a bigger problem later down the line. It just gives you a quote unquote fake perception that you're good to go, but actually you're not. They were trained to make your pain go away right away, but doesn't solve the root cause of the problem. Now you might be thinking, yeah, Alvin, this sounds about right. Now I do have a tight shoulder, maybe I do have a tight neck, I do have a tight hamstring, and I really need to fix them all together. This makes sense, but it also sounds a little bit overwhelming because, it sounds like it's gonna take a lot of time, and you're right. Now, if you don't take assessment or just do a bunch of exercise that make you feel good temporarily, of course, it's gonna take a lot of time, and it's gonna take a lot of attention, a lot of energy as well, because you have to guess what's work and what's not. But if you do the assessment correctly, we can target your entire body with 3 to 5 exercises. And I'm gonna show you guys in just a second. Step number 2, once you know all the limitations throughout the body, the next thing we're gonna focus on is place the kinetic re-education system. That's just a fancy way of saying doing the right exercise that actually teach your body how to move. So again, nothing like chiropractic or massage therapies or stretchings that once you get out of the massage table or stretching positions, your body don't know how to respond so accordingly. Oh, one thing to mention too, I think, is the time you're not getting better, you're getting worse, right? The next time you went back to clinic, you're not even starting at a ground zero. You're starting at a -2 because your body are constantly moving through pain. You're reinforced the wrong movement pattern every single day, every single time you move. Now, you can push through or lie to yourself all day long, but there's a price you're going to pay sooner or later, right? Nonetheless, in this pillar, we're going to teach you the exact opposite of what you've been doing. Now, we're going to teach you how to move again, how to sit, how to get up, how to walk, how to run, then progressively teach you how to use your body to play your favorite sport again, to play with your kid, go hiking, go running again, or do whatever you want without tweaking your low back muscle to do it. Now you might wonder, what exercise look like? Let me jump over to my computers right now and I'll show you what I mean. All right, now this is my client Josh. They're not the same Josh, by the way. I got a lot of client named Josh. Anyway, a little bit of context here. His last option is surgery. Now he's back to his normal walking routine with his wife, and now he's able to leave months without having to worry about it.
After 2 years of injection, countless PT and chiro, 1 year ago, my own doctor told me I needed to get the surgery. Unbelievable. Now, it was never my intention to go that route, but I took my last chance with Alvin. He explained to me that the human body is a kinetic chain. And
yeah, like I said, human body is a kinetic chain. And that's how we did it. So, yeah, for this exercise, you see, we don't just work on your low back, right? We're gonna work our entire body. For this exercise alone, the right side will be working on internal rotation, the left side will be working on external rotations, and we're gonna add a little bit of reach on your upper body as well. So you can get some expansion on your upper traps on the right side. Now for the second exercise, here you go. For the second exercise, again, for this exercise alone, right side, we're gonna work on internal rotation. The left side is gonna be working on external rotations. And for this exercise specifically, we're just actually mimicking the way we walk. But when we normally walking, both of our feet are on the ground, right? So right now, in the training process, we're gonna take your pressure off your foot. So everything will be done on the ground. Now, the wall here, or the box specifically in this case, will be acting like the ground. Next exercise, we're gonna be working on a little bit upper body rotations. See right here, the right shoulder will be working on external rotations. The left shoulder will be working on internal rotations in this specific case. And then we have this right glute max work. One of my favorite exercises for all of my clients to do, because our human body is naturally asymmetrical. We're not symmetrical, to put it simpler. Now we have bigger diaphragm on our right side of the body. We have big liver on our right side as well. Now, if we cut us literally in half, we'll weigh more our right side of the body than the left. Now, those asymmetries set us up for asymmetrical difference in low back problem. You simply just can't train both sides of your body the same way. Now, of course, you're gonna train both sides of your body to restore the balance, to restore the neutrality, but you simply can't use the same exercise on both sides of your body and hopefully your body can adjust on its own. Our body doesn't design that way. Our body is not symmetrical. So when you do the exercise, you can't do the same exercise on both sides. Now moving on to the last exercise. This exercise, we actually integrate everything all together. We're gonna work on shoulders right here, the left side-ups right here, the left external rotations, right internal rotation, right glute max, and we're gonna add a little bit reach on the right shoulders right here. And then we can progress from here. You can lift your leg higher, and that's how we did it, right? As you can see, just 5 exercises that target your entire body and also target your human asymmetry as well. I spent a lot of time on my channel talking about why our human body is not naturally symmetrical and why you shouldn't do the same exercise on both sides of your body. Now, if you're curious about what I mean, curious about a theory, curious about a practice, curious about a scientific evidence to back it up, now you can watch all of those my videos and you can see the scientific article link down below in those video descriptions as well. Can you see how this approach different than any other method you've tried in the past? By building a foundation of how you sit, how you walk, then progressively how to run and how to finish your daily functional activities, you don't have to worry about your low back anymore because you give it no reason to hurt. Your life quality will skyrocket as well, and you just have to decide what you want to do now. Step number 3, anti-inflammatory lifestyle protocol. Now, if you want to keep doing a quote-unquote corrective exercise for the rest of your life, by all means, but that's not my goal when we work together. I want you to live your life the way it is, but once you see anything or feel anything in the futures, you know how to deal with that right away. Really, as simple as that. Now, that's step number 3. Step number 4 is accountability and troubleshooting. Once we get to the right exercise that target your entire body, and second, teach your body how to move correctly and actually target human asymmetry, this is where we stay consistent. If you're not even doing the right thing, just go stretch every single day, go to see a chiropractor every single week, or go take an injection every 2 months. There's no point for us to waste our money and even stay consistent that way, right? Now, on top of it, you have access to me Monday to Friday and ask me any questions you may have. Also, I will check you in bi-weekly. During this call, we're going to troubleshoot anything that may slow down your progress. But for the most part, if you do the program correctly, you should be good. And in terms of how this is going to fulfill, the entire process will be 16 weeks. Again, everything is all customized. Within the first 2 weeks, I would expect when we work together, you're going to see a 50% improvement in range of motion across the body, not just around your low back, not just around your hip, but across the body. Now, within the first 3 to 4 weeks, you're gonna see a huge relief, especially on walking and when you're waking up. Now, within the first 8 to 10 weeks, you should be able to do a full squat, toe touch, and basically live your life with 0 restrictions. Now, after 16 weeks, you should be out of any movement limitation whatsoever. At that time, you should be able to do whatever you want. Wake up in the morning, feel of energies, go play around with your kid, go hiking, go lifting, go running, go fishing, without having to worry about your low back problem at all. And by the week 16, you're never gonna need me again because you have all the tools you need. Now, all of my clients don't go backwards. They don't revert. Look, not that you need to, but I know there are probably a bunch of things running around in your mind right now. If you're wondering whether this is gonna even work for you, now I used to wonder the same exact thing. But, I was running out of options. I've been working with my physio for years and got me nowhere. I either gonna take this chance or I'm probably gonna live with it for the rest of my life. Now, I can push through it, but I can't push it for 50, 60 years down the line. I don't want this pain to take away my life. So I took the chance and here I am. Haven't had any issues for almost 8 to 9 years. And I was blessed to help all of my clients to do the same. And if you're wondering whether this is going to work for you because your situation is a little bit unique, which is totally valid because everybody is different. In fact, I've actually worked with a lot of people with a lot of injury history, car accident, even visions or balance issues. and they all been having this chronic low back conditions for almost 10 years plus. Now, for example, my oldest client, he's 58 years young. Now, he was having sciatica and L5 herniation for, I think, almost 20 years. 2 knee surgery, 1 broken shoulder, and I was still able to get him out of it within the first 10 weeks.
58 now, and I didn't think anything could change my body at this age. You know, I tried physiotherapy and chiropractic for really so many years, but nothing worked for me. I happened to stumble upon one of Alvin's posts on Instagram about the sciatic pain, and I decided to, give this a shot. And I gotta say, he fixed me. It was way beyond my expectations. It's been like magic, actually. I think it's been about 10 weeks now, and my sciatic pain is gone. I feel way more confident. I feel way more relaxed every day. There's no more lost sleep, and I'm not worried about my low back and sciatica pain. I'd like to say I'd recommend to definitely give Alvin a shot. I believe in him, and I think that he can help you out too.
Again, it's going to be a case-by-case situations. But yeah, I've seen a lot of unique situations, and it will definitely work for you too. So if your situation is even worse than that, let me know, all right? So guys, if you made this far, I appreciate you. That's a breakdown on my entire program and process. I can definitely help you out, but like I said before, it's going to be a case-by-case situation when we work together because everybody is different. But it doesn't really matter if you have degenerative disc, herniation, sciatica, bad posture, tight psoas muscle, imbalance. That's a framework that all of my clients will follow. So yeah, basically you got 3 out here, guys. Now, Pass A, you can keep trying yourself, keep doing the same thing, like what I did before for almost 20 years. I wake up in the morning feeling like 60 years old. All I can think of was my back hurt. It's just demoralizing to open up my day like this. Or you can try the second route. You can go try all those exercises, all the assessment I linked down below, and hope that you will bring you some result, which it might because those are great exercise, but I can't guarantee the result because like I said, everybody's different and is it going to be a case-by-case situation. As I show you throughout the trainings, I can give you all the assessment, all the exercise on the world, but that's only the tip of the iceberg. If you don't have every single part of a rehab process completely dialed in, then you're probably just going to try something here and there, and you're going to waste a lot of money and time, which I don't want to happen to you. Which will lead me to the final pass. Now, if you want to shortcut the process, get 50% improvement in range of motion in the first 2 weeks. So about 14 days from now. Feeling like what you should feel when you wake up and really enjoy your life again, like Josh, Chris, Chad, and all of my clients. Book a call down below. Be ready to take your action, bring credit card. I don't want to waste your time. You don't either. Now, that's a breakdown of my entire process and program, but it's going to be a case-by-case situation when we work together. And yeah, if you're serious about this, this is what it takes. This way, you don't have to live your life like you're 60 years old, and we're going to make sure you get out of it once and for all for the rest of your life. All right, that's it for the video. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see you guys around.